Hey, oh wow, we got a new member. Wow, thank you, the Mad Atheist. We have a new member. Hi, guys, how's my audio? Thank you so much for the support. All right, what do we have here? Right to pray in public schools, President Trump. We're gonna watch this video. Thank you. Yeah, okay, guys. By the way, you see the Mad Atheist has joined on our YouTube channel. Right next to the subscribe button, there's a join button. You can join. Audio is great. Thank you, Shapam. All right, I'm gonna play this. You could tell me if the audio is great when I play the video as well. Okay, let's see what this is. But this just got uploaded again. It's in August, and it got a lot of views just recently. Even though this happened, I think in January. But oh yeah, January 16. Yes.
Afternoon, we're proudly
All right, hold on. Let's go from the beginning.
Gathered in the Oval Office for the National Religious Freedom Day. Something very important and very special, and special to me and the people that are gathered around me. This afternoon, we're proudly announcing historic steps to protect the First Amendment right to pray in public schools. So you have the right to pray. And
all right, by the way, I haven't watched this. I'm watching this with you guys first time. It seems idiotic to me already. Right to pray. First reactions, as in, like, I'm thinking, when was praying in schools banned? Right, this is my first reaction. Praying in schools were never banned. Forcing kids to pray in school, that is banned, or ostracizing them, because putting people in a position that if they don't, making the staff or the school asking the kids to pray, and the ones that did not want to pray, they would have to feel different or not part of the group or singled out. That is uncalled for. If the students want to pray by themselves, there's nothing in any school ever, in any public school, that there's no rules that could stop them from praying. So we're already 20 seconds in, and I'm just maybe I'm wrong. We could look at this. My first impressions are that this is absolute nonsense. I would use the stronger language, but YouTube doesn't like that.
that's a very important and powerful right. There's nothing more important than that, I would say. We're joined by the Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, Deputy Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen, and students and advocates from across America. And advocates they've been calling and writing by the thousands, and you're representing that large group of people. In a sacred principle of our republic, that government must never stand between the people and God. Yet in public schools around the country, authorities are stopping students and teachers from praying, sharing their faith, or following their religious beliefs. It is totally unacceptable. You see it on the football field. You see it so many times where they're stopped from praying.
Yeah, because they can't force their ideas on other people. They can pray on their own time. Nobody will stop them. But you having the right to pray doesn't mean that you have the right to a captive audience. You cannot just be like a whole audience of people that are here for a game, and you do not have the right for them to spread your religion to them. Just because you can't, just because you have a whole bunch of students and you cannot force your prayers and your religion on them, that doesn't mean anybody's stopping you from praying yourself. This is obviously just a desperate attempt. They know that this is nothing. They know that this is just, trying to get the Christians to see Trump as this hero, defend the great guardian of Christianity, just for, obviously.
And we are doing something to stop that. Tragically, there is a growing totalitarian impulse on the far left that seeks to punish, restrict, and even prohibit religious expression. Something that, if you go back 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, it was unthought of that a thing like that could even happen, that anybody would even think of something like that happening. That is why today my administration is issuing strong new guidance to protect religious liberty in our public schools. The right of students and teachers to freely exercise their faith will always be protected, including the right to pray. So
Nope.
we call this the right to pray. Is that a good idea? Good, right? You like that, right? 9 federal agencies are also proposing new rules to roll back discriminatory regulations. So we have rules to roll back discriminatory regulations on religious service organizations. And earlier this afternoon, my White House released a new memo to make sure federal funding is never used to violate the First Amendment, which is a very big deal. With us today is Hannah Allen, a high school freshman from Texas. Hannah, would you tell us what happened at your school with respect?
Oh, great! Because I was wondering. Okay, show me one case where freedom to prayer was stopped, or like the right to prayer was stopped, rather than the right to force your religion on other people. Maybe these examples will tell me, like, oh, okay, maybe these people have a right. Okay, so let's listen to their examples. But by the way, I'm not sure if these examples are an accurate description of what happened. So I'm going to actually look at some fact checkers after this video as well.
To you and prayer. Hannah? Thank you, Don. Right here.
So, me and a group of students from my school wanted to pray for a former classmate's brother who had got hurt in an accident.
Oh, wait. See, did you hear what you said? This is the first example. Hold on.
So, me and a group of students from my school wanted to pray for a former classmate's brother who had got hurt in an accident.
Okay.
After the prayer, our principal told us, don't do that again. So the next day, parents had called and complained. He told us that we could pray, but he said we had to hide in the gym or behind a curtain or somewhere away from everyone else.
Okay, so what I need to see about this is, when you were praying, like, were you praying to the class, or were you like doing like, hey, let's have a class prayer, or were you doing it in like a demonstration to a whole audience or something like that? So details are missing here, right? So it seems like the principal is like telling you, the principal or whatever, I don't know who we are talking about, but you can pray, you can't pray to the students. You cannot, you do not have a right to an audience. You could go in your own corner, do your prayers, no one's going to stop you. You cannot demand an audience. You cannot demand a classroom to have to listen to your religion while you do the praying.
And I know that if this can happen in a small town in Texas, it can happen anywhere across America. And that's not right. No one should feel ashamed of their faith, especially in school.
Oh, you should.
Or
Oh, you
anywhere.
should definitely feel ashamed of your faith. You should feel ashamed of any bad ideas you have, including your religion.
Well, what ultimately happened? How was that resolved?
So we got with First Liberty. They've been amazing.
The Mad Atheist, who is a new member, so I'm going to be reading his comments, his or her comments. She's full of crap. Normally, people not praying are bullied. Stuart is saying, just wondering if you can pronounce my name properly yet. So yes, you told me it's Stuart, right? So yeah, I remember now. Tag Atheist Republic if you want to make sure Armin sees your comment. Okay, but Stuart, at least make sure the comments that you want me to read is about this, what the video that we're watching.
They supported us the whole way, and they sent the school a letter, and the school complied with the letter and changed the.
And now
What?
You're able to do that?
We are.
Good. Well, now it's going to be much easier.
All right. Okay. So even if this case was like not legitimate, maybe if the principal was overreacting, there was a letter sent and they stopped. Great. So the system works. Yay! No need for the stupid bill.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
This,
Thank you, darling.
the laws,
That was beautiful.
the laws that, like, first of all, if anybody goes overboard with like stopping students from praying, even if they're not praying to an audience, the laws that exist already is enough to fight back against overuse of power, overuse of like authority to stop students from praying. You already have the freedom to express religious beliefs. What is this crap that you're adding to it? Like, there's nothing that is being added here. This is an absolute empty show that doesn't add any value to the already existing laws.
Thank you very much. We're also joined by Marilyn Rames, a former teacher and the founder of Teachers Who Pray. Marilyn, if you could let us know. Well, good. Thank you very much. Maybe you could give us a little bit about what happened.
Yeah, so thank you. I'm Marilyn Rames.
I want to hear from this lady, this Muslim lady in the back. I wonder, all these people that are in the comments, like, Amen, Amen, Jesus, look at this. Amen, Amen, Jesus is working, and I praise God for the president to open his heart to help believers in Jesus' name. Okay, look at this comment. We need God more than ever, much evil. I'm pretty sure these are Christians, all right? But I wonder if, let me see, Jesus, yes. I wonder all these Christians that are jizzing over this would like this Muslim lady to come to have a prayer session to their kids in the classroom. Is that bill going to support that as well?
Rames. I'm the founder and president of Teachers Who Pray, and I founded Teachers Who Pray because I, as a teacher, believe in the beauty of every child. And
you know what is not okay? So here's the thing: these people want to seem like they're defending the First Amendment and the Constitution and freedom of speech. You guys are do what you're doing. This is against the Constitution. This is what you're looking at right now is the government. Okay, this is the government behind the most powerful person in the country, and they're talking about their love for Jesus. Okay. This is against your Constitution. What happened to separation of church and state? This is the government taking a position on religion. You have people right behind he mentioned God, and you have people right behind the president saying, like, talking about their love for Jesus and stuff like that. You guys are not defending the Constitution. You're pissing on the Constitution.
the unlimited potential that resides within. However, the students that I was getting weren't set up for success because they were so significantly behind grade level. And I taught in Chicago Public Schools for 14 years. And during that time, we were losing students every year to gun violence. And one year, it was like 32 students getting killed. And I was overwhelmed with the heaviness of the work. So I thought about quitting, and I decided not to. I was going to fight, and I was going to pray and uplift my spirit so that I can do the job that I knew God had called me to do. So I began.
Oh yeah, see, great job, President of the United States, the country that's supposed to be the symbol of Enlightenment values, which includes secularism and the separation of church and state, is platforming somebody saying that she knows what God wants her to do. Great, fantastic. You went against a lot of Enlightenment values. You might have as well. You know what? I really can't wait until you get kicked out of office, man. I really, really can't wait. You're such a disaster. Oh my God. You have the effects that you have on everything is like foreign policy. The fact that you're responsible for the reawakening of the woke. The fact that you're fighting secularism. Like the Supreme Court judges that you choose, everything you touch, the only silver lining of all the crap that Trump gave us is that it was entertaining. Okay, it was funny, but it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. This has been 4 years of the most expensive comedy the world has ever paid for.
I'm praying with other teachers in the building who were like-minded, and we really support each other, built community, built more hope, built more joy in the work, despite it being so difficult. And we grew. Like right now, there's over 150 chapters of Teachers Who Pray because teachers need that spiritual support and guidance. And today, I believe.
No, they don't. So I was saying, do they all know that the Muslim ladies' religion actually condemns them all to hell just because they are not Muslim? What I wonder is what kind of crap she has to deal with from the Muslim community for standing next to Trump. Like, do the Muslim community in the United States are now like following her on Twitter and telling her that she's like she betrayed their fellow Muslim sisters and brothers? Like, is like this? She must get a lot of crap from a whole bunch of Muslims. I wonder.
Super important, because there is a myth out there that what Teachers Who Pray does and other organizations do for teachers, spiritual wealth, is not legal, and it absolutely is. And I'm here to tell teachers that we need to pray. If you're of faith, we need to pray. We need to buckle up and just do what we have to do for our kids, because they need us and they're depending on us. And if we're not strong, we can't make them strong. So that's why I'm here.
That was really beautifully said. Thank you very much. That's beautiful.
That was a bunch of nothing. What, like, that was empty statements that meant nothing. By the way, you see the diversity behind, like, that they picked. Like, let's have Muslims, let's have men, women, black, white. Let's just only have one white male over here. Maybe this is the kind of stuff that if this was Biden or Obama, the right wing would be making fun of. Like, oh, great job, guys, making sure you got the diversity quota here, right? So this is like the right wing people would definitely be making fun of this if this was a left leaning president.
So while I'm president,
Like,
which will be,
wow, actually, I wasn't sure. Like, literally only one white male. Everybody else is like part of a diversity quota. Like, this is like, yeah, like, honestly, wouldn't this be called out by a whole bunch of right wing people as like, oh, look, there's only one white male because you guys have to make sure that you're virtue signaling.
hopefully for 5 years, and I don't know, maybe we'll work on, with the media, we'll work on a major extension of that, right? But we will not let anyone push God from the public square. We will uphold religious liberty for all. And I want to thank you all, and God bless you all for being here. It's a great time in our country. We're doing things that nobody thought were possible. I'd like to ask, if I might, Secretary DeVos and Deputy Attorney General Rosen to say a few words about our actions, if you don't mind. Please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Go ahead, Betsy, please.
Thank you for your leadership, your courage, and your friendship to people of faith, especially our nation's children.
Did she say faith? Hold on.
Courage and your friendship to people of faith, especially our nation's
Yes,
children.
to establishing a religion as a government, exactly against the Constitution. Wow.
Too many misinterpret a separation of church and state as an invitation for government to separate people from their faith.
No,
In reality-
literally, no, not at all. If you look at every single organization that has been fighting for secularism, they have literally never done that. They have literally never tried to separate individual people from their religion. That's what we do as Atheist Republic, okay? We try to do that by inviting them to reconsider their position rather than forcing anything on them, right? But when have they done that? Like, when it comes to legal issues, legally, no secular organization is doing that. Legally, it's like you guys are doing that. You guys are forcing your religion on people who do not welcome it. The people who are fighting for secularism, they're not forcing religion away from people anywhere. Anywhere. Where? They're just trying to stop you from forcing your ideas. Show me, like, for the Freedom from Religion Foundation in the United States, when they're fighting for, secularism and keeping religion out of publicly funded institutions. Show me where they have stopped separated individuals from their religion legally. Where they have done that. Every single case that they're fighting for is when you guys come and you force your ideas on other people. You guys pretend these are make-believe arguments.
Invitation for government to separate people.
So wait, hold on, let me see.
Friendship to people of faith, especially our nation's children. Too many misinterpret a separation of church and state as an invitation for government to separate people from their faith.
Never.
In reality, our Constitution doesn't exist to protect us from religion. It exists to protect religion from government. The First Amendment affirms our free exercise of religion, and we don't forfeit.
Nobody is stopping you from exercising your religion. I can't swear on YouTube.
That first freedom to anyone or in any place, especially in public schools. After all, it's been noted that as long as there are final exams in schools, there will always be prayer in schools.
Wait, what? I was looking at the live chat. I didn't get that joke.
Noted that as long as there are final exams in schools, there will always be prayer in schools.
No one's stopping
Thanks
that.
to your leadership, Mr. President, today we remind schools of the law with respect to religious expression, something that hasn't been done in more than 15 years. And where there are violations, we now make clear that the law requires states to establish a clear process for students like Hannah and Michael, William.
Oh my God! Did she just say Michael and he said I'm not Michael? Is that what just happened?
For students like Hannah and Michael, William.
Is that what just happened? You literally just had one job. You even have notes in front of you. How do you misremember someone's name if you have notes in front of you? What the hell? This is the head of education in the United States, people.
Parents and teachers like Maryland to report them. It also notes that the law directs states to tell us about any and all complaints as well. This administration and you is and always will be committed to ensuring all believers have the freedom to learn, to pursue our passions, to use our talents, and to live in accordance with the unique purpose that God has called us each to do. If we embrace that freedom, our faith will be a light, no darkness.
Michael doesn't even sound like William. How did you do? How did that happen? I want to know how that happened.
Can overcome. Thank you again, Mr.
Thank you
President,
very
for your
much.
leadership.
Beautiful. Thank you, Betsy, very much. Jeff?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for your leadership on this really critical issue. There
Oh, another white guy. There you go.
Fundamental freedom that you've been supporting of Americans to practice their faith is so important, is so appreciated by millions and millions of Americans. And at the Department of Justice, we remain firmly committed to enforcing Americans' constitutional rights, including this one.
It's so hard to listen to politicians. They say so much, and yet they say so little.
That's part of why I'm very honored and privileged to be a part of today's announcement on the new guidance document about prayer in school. I think sometimes people don't appreciate that there are many, many Americans who feel called to pray during the day, and our First Amendment to our Constitution protects that. And
Oh,
sometimes I
okay,
think
it protects that. Then what's the point of this whole bill then? What is all this then if it already protects that?
there's a confusion about this issue as to whether it's trying to force people to pray who don't want to. But that's not what this is about. This is about protecting the rights of those who do to have the liberty to do that on school grounds. And that is protected by the First Amendment. So today's guide.
Not okay. It doesn't matter what grounds you're on. If you have an audience that cannot run away from you, you're forcing your ideas. If you have, you can. I cannot. Okay. Can I? Here's the thing. Here's what I want from these people. Okay. I want to just come into their house while they're having dinner and take the Communist Manifesto while they're praying before eating their meal. I just want to come in, barge in, and like come jump on their dinner table and start reading the manifesto, the Communist Manifesto to them and the children and everybody. And they just have to take it. Okay. They just have to sit there for me to finish from beginning to end. And, you know, there's nothing they can do about it. And if they want to kick me out of their home, I'm like, I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to be, this is the First Amendment, the United States. This is free speech. You guys cannot stop me. Okay. Like, obviously, nobody, okay. These people are morons. They really don't understand that the issue is not that they're praying. The issue is that they are praying to people without giving them the choice to not be exposed to content that they don't want to be exposed to. Okay? And they always get it. They always get it as soon as you introduce Satanism in their school. This is why the Satanic Church is so valuable. All of this confusion, it becomes so clear to them what we're talking about once their kids get exposed to satanic prayers and all that stuff.
Reaffirms and clarifies and spells out for Americans what that freedom is with regards to prayer and religious expression. And I really think that the courage of people of faith, such as the folks we have here today, is really a reminder of how important our constitutional liberties are, and of the great action that your administration is taking to ensure that they remain legally protected. And so again, Mr. President, I thank you and Secretary DeVos and the whole administration for the efforts to make this happen.
Very good, Jeff. Thank you very much, Jeff. Paula, would you like to say something?
I want to hear this Muslim lady speak.
It's such an honor to stand here with you, President Trump, and with this amazing team and the policy and everyone who has made this. This is a huge thing. As we said, it is a constitutional right, a First Amendment right. And President, you continue to be such a fighter for people's freedoms, for their liberties.
Literally repeating what the other guy said. Yes, you're great. God damn it, great. Yeah.
Often been, people have been bullied, harassed, stopped from practicing their faith. You have so many people that have walked out here very brave with horrific stories
this is so stupid.
of being persecuted because they simply wanted to pray. And
Nobody is persecuting you guys. Nobody is. You guys doing that.
prayers, we know, makes a huge difference. So thank you for standing
Thank
for
you very
all
much,
religions.
She literally said nothing. She literally said nothing. This is such a waste of time. This is look, you have the president and he has such a major audience. They could be talking about so many things that with the audience as big as he has. This is such a waste of taxpayer money and people's attention and time. Like she wasted an entire nation's, attention and resources on what? On saying absolutely nothing.
Thank you very much. Would anybody
Just, you know what? You all should just come and just jerk him off and it would be faster, okay? Just come here and just be like, make out with him, and you could get some people at the bottom of the table and just give him a nice blowjob, and that would be get it done with, and it would be much faster and more efficient.
like to say anything?
Not him, sorry, not this guy. Oh my God, I'm gonna get canceled.
Can I tell my story?
Yes. Go ahead.
So it all started when I walked in the classroom. It was Ash Wednesday, and I had my ashes on my forehead. And all the kids in the classroom was like, "Is that dirt on your forehead?" Because they don't know, because I'm Catholic and they were all Mormon. So, because I was the only Catholic in the school. So then the teacher came up and "It's unacceptable. Wipe it off." And I told her 4 times, and she didn't listen, and she made me wipe it off in front of all the kids.
Wow.
That's my story. So thank you, Mr.
Well, it's not going to be happening anymore, okay?
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna walk into the class and have virgin blood over me. I'm gonna be like, "This is my religion."
I just don't want anyone to feel like that.
That's a beautiful.
These are the same people that would probably like France's ban on hijab in schools and all of that stuff. But again, you don't get religious privilege. You shouldn't be able to get religious privilege. If somebody has dirt on their forehead for non-religious reasons, and the teacher is like, "Wipe that off. What the hell are you doing?" You cannot come and be like, "Oh, for religious reasons, it's for my religion, so yeah, you have to. The rules apply differently for me." Can I put dog poop on my head and come into class, and somebody says "Okay, that's disturbing. Can you please wipe that off?" And be like, "It's my religion. It's my religion to have dog poop on my head. So screw off. Let me be." You can't do that.
It's a beautiful story, well told, because it sets such a a good plate out there for people. I mean, you hear a story like that. That's a shocking, Jeff, that's a shocking story, right? You were the only Catholic in the school,
Well, I think there's one more.
but they didn't.
Christians have been claiming persecution since the beginning. Okay, so to be fair, Christians are persecuted, but not here. Maybe in Egypt, in Pakistan, in Iran, in Saudi Arabia for sure, but not here. Okay, no worries.
Didn't have any idea what was, and the teacher did not treat you properly. No? Okay. We're changing that, okay? Good job. Come here. Anybody over here? Anybody? Sure.
Mr. President,
The Muslim lady, let her speak. I want to.
thank you so much for the opportunity to be in the Oval Office. So much history has taken
Oh.
place here. It's surreal. Thank you, sir. My name is Chase Windebank. I started a small
Everybody has to suck his dick before they say something.
group of students praying in high school during a free period. And by my senior year, it had grown to a community of 90 students, and it was so encouraging. But later in the senior year, the administration wound up banning us from praying during school hours, not even during lunch. And so I remember thinking I didn't want to file a lawsuit at all, but after many meetings unsuccessful with the administration, I wound up realizing it was the only way to secure future students' rights to pray. And so thank you, sir, that now I get to have the opportunity to tell students to live out their faith in big and small ways
That's right.
in the future. And you guys are making sure that the founding fathers are living on in our
Yes.
nation. So thank you, sir, very
Beautiful.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
very nice. Yes.
What happened?
I pray 5 times a day. Oh, my name is Malaki Jazz. I pray 5 times a day,
Oh,
and I
she's Muslim. Where's your hijab? Lower your gaze.
had to pray at lunch. And I would bring the hijab to cover my hair, and kids would make fun of me, harass me, and attack me. And I would tell the principal, and the principal actually blamed everything on me. At the end, me and my mom complained so many times.
Wait, what happened?
Actually,
Hold on, what happened?
Miss Malaki Jazz. I pray 5 times a day, and I had to pray at lunch. And I would bring the hijab to cover
Wait, you
my
don't get to do that. Like, okay, here's the thing. If every other student cannot be like, hey, teacher, I need to get dismissed because I want to go into the washroom and jack off. And it's like, the teacher's like, no, you can't just leave. You have to stay here. Sorry. So if you can't do that, then you shouldn't also be able to say that, oh, yeah, excuse me, teacher, I need to leave the classroom because I have to pray. Obviously, that would be double standard.
hair, and kids would make fun of me, harass me, and attack me.
Oh, kids make fun of me. Attack. Okay, is attack like kids make fun of me? Has anyone you went through school without other kids not making fun of them? Like, is that not the school experience? What do you mean by attack? Are they like physically abusing you? Like, obviously that's uncalled for.
And I would tell the principal, and the principal actually blamed everything on me. At the end, me and my mom complained so many times.
Well, where's the principal? I want to see their side of the story.
And I didn't have a good education at the end, so yeah, everything was blamed on me.
But we're going to take care of them, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, that was not very okay. I have no idea what happened. Okay, so that was not a very good description of anything.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
I want the mother to speak. Where's your hijab? You said you wear the hijab. Why are you not wearing the hijab now? Is it like, oh my God.
Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for being here. Did I hear somebody else?
I wanted to hear somebody with their hijab telling their story.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Ariana Hoplin. I'm a high school student in South Florida. And in my middle school, I was the only Jewish person. And I was very open with my religion. I would announce when I had Shabbat plans, which is a day of prayer and rest. And when we started our Holocaust unit, it ended with everybody being nice to me because I spoke out about it. And I wanted to inform people and I wanted to help people learn. And the students started to write swastikas on my belongings, on my arms.
Oof.
I was pushed and shoved in the hallway. They even went so far as to take my face and put it on Andrew's body.
Okay, this is okay, guys. This is a real example of what persecution looks like. Okay, the rest of you, oh, they made fun of me. Boo-hoo-hoo. They didn't let me pray to a whole audience. Okay, this is real example.
And it was sent around to 3 different schools. And I was terrified to say I was Jewish. And that should never be
Yeah.
in anyone's mind.
See how the only legitimate example of something so effed up is racism and oppressing people based on their ethnicity rather than religion. This this is not even an example of what they're stopping.
Schools should be able to say, I am whatever religion I am, and I practice.
It had nothing to do with your religion. Do you think the people that did that with the swastikas and stuff, they would have been okay with you if your religion was different, but your ethnicity was the same? Do you think if you were a secular or atheist Jew, those people that did that, they would give a crap about what your religion is? This doesn't even belong to this bill. This Were you praying? You were doing a Holocaust memorial thing. This has nothing. Your example doesn't even include prayer. What has this got to do with this bill? This is a real example of something effed up, and it's so different from all these other people that are saying they're persecuted because of their religion. This is the kind of racism that your administration has been encouraging.
I believe this, and it's been 3 or 4 years since middle school. I'm a junior in high school, and I've continuously fought for anyone to have the right to exercise their constitutional rights in school. And I just want to thank you so much for everything you've done, and for Israel, and for everything that you've truly done for all of us.
Oh, for Israel.
That's beautiful.
For Israel. Again, nothing to do with religion, geopolitics, Holocaust memorial, real example of something actually effed up. I'm pretty sure if they look, they went looking, okay? I'm pretty sure there are some religious kids that are being genuinely harassed and bullied for their religious views in uncalled ways. But look how they went and tried to look for the worst examples to bring them here to see how bad the situation is. And the examples that the worst examples they found for religious reasons was this kid being told to wipe off this dirt off of your forehead, this girl wanting to pray 5 times a day, and they were like, yeah, that's kind of not okay. And she thinking like she's harassed, and kids made fun of me, boo hoo hoo. And what was the other one? Like, we wanted the other people we wanted to pray in front of everybody, and the principals told us, well, you have to kind of pray in private because you can't demand an audience. These are the worst examples they could find. And the only effed up example that they could find was somebody that was being ethnically targeted rather than religiously targeted. Right? This is the only effed up example so far that they actually managed to find.
Working out better now.
Hold on, let me see what Soha is saying. Soha is saying, well, according to the Muslim lady's religion, Islam, she wouldn't be there in the first place, let alone for her to speak. And where is the hijab now, since there are lots of men? Yeah, but I don't want to hold them to their own standard, because that's really easy. Even if their standards and their religion is low, if they actually asking for the harassment to stop, that's legitimate. That if people when people are being harassed for their crappy ideas, that shouldn't be tolerated, okay, even if their ideas are extremely crappy. But the problem is that that's not really what they're asking for. They're not asking for, hey, let's stop harass people for their religion. They're basically asking, hey, let us tell you what our religion, let us spread our religious dogma, and you have no right to stop us. That's what they're actually doing.
Now, or is it sort of similar?
Yes, my high school is extremely supportive of me. I go to Wellington High School, and they've helped me be a leader in the Jewish community now.
Well, this is going to help too.
That's literally not going to do anything for you. You already have, okay, that was effed up, but I could tell you that rightfully there is already so much support for somebody like this. the Jewish community has done a fantastic job to make sure stuff like this does not go unnoticed, and anybody that is a victim of that, they get all the support they need from the Jewish community. They have done rightfully a really good job at doing that. This bill will add nothing to that.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President,
Yes,
Coach
please.
Kennedy, we
Coach?
talked a few times. I coach over in Bremerton High School
Right.
in Bremerton, Washington, and I was fired for praying after football games.
Right.
And it's just so nice to have First Liberty representing me and having a president that has the guts to stand up for us. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, Coach.
Hoorah.
Good coach, too.
I have no idea.
He's a good coach.
Oh, Mr. President.
Thank you all very much. Yes.
My name is Emily Cheney. I'm a sophomore at East Church High School, and I started a prayer locker at my school, and it really helped a lot of people who had different prayer requests. Just
Where do you come from with that beautiful accent? Where do you come from?
Yeah.
Pikeville, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Oh, we love Kentucky.
Yeah, it sounds like you were going around school and telling people about prayers. Like, yeah, you should. Guys, where the Satanists here? I want the Satanists represented here. I wonder how much support this would have gotten if there was a satanic person here also saying, yes, I support this. We should be able to go around school and have satanic prayer meetings and walking up to your children and inviting them to join our prayer circles, right? Where is that?
Love Kentucky.
I started a prayer locker at my school, and it helped a lot of kids who had many different prayer requests, just to let them know that someone was there for them and cared for them. And Americans United for Separation of Church and State sent a letter to our Board of Education that
The Mad Gates is saying, yeah, kids are mean to everybody, not just a Muslim. Yeah, exactly. Like you saying, like, oh, kids made fun of me because of my religious practice is like, okay, what I need to see is like, what's the control? Like, is that are you being made fun of more to other kids? Are other kids not being made fun of for non-religious reasons? I'm not saying it's okay to like emotionally abuse kids, but like, is your religious practices making you makes you a target if you were doing other stupid things that were not religious? Like, is the fact that this is a religion a major factor? Or is the fact that it's stupid and kids make fun of things all the time? Again, I'm not excusing it, but I'm just saying it's not religious persecution if you don't control for other variables and then see what the difference is. Yeah.
prayer lockers needed to be taken down. And whenever my teacher told me and my school was notified that I had to take my prayer locker down, I was heartbroken because I had like 10 prayer requests a day that I had to take my prayer locker down. My school was notified that I had to take my prayer locker down.
Yeah, you have to pray. You have to take it down. You do not have the right to other people's children to expose them to your dogma. You have to do this in private. Other people should not be forced to consume your religion.
I was heartbroken because I had like 10 prayer requests a day, and I just feel like it really helped move in our community and our schools, and I'm just so thankful for you and all you've done for our
Thank you very
country.
much.
Thank you.
Say hello to everybody in Kentucky for me, okay? And beyond, and beyond Kentucky. Okay, we're all
Mr.
set?
President?
Yes, please, go ahead.
I come from a heritage and from
Maybe this is such an awkward place to talk to.
faith persuasion.
Move here.
Every day of my life from childhood to now was grounded in faith. And it is my belief that had we not had that freedom to exercise that faith, we would not be where we are today. And so for that reason, we look at this moment as epic and an opportunity to return to where we have one time been, the opportunity to freely express ourselves and to share.
Oh my God.
With others.
You're just
who might
repeating
feel the
everybody
same
else.
way, how far we
Say
have
something
brought
new.
and how far we must come through faith.
You literally said nothing. Nothing. No useful information came out of your mouth. You just repeat like, here's the summary of 90% of what these people are saying. You're great. You're awesome. We should, freedom to pray. Next person. Oh, you're great. You're awesome. Thanks for letting us pray. Oh, next person. Oh, you're great. Awesome job. You're the best president ever. Freedom to pray. Next. God damn it.
You were going to say something?
Yes, Mr. President, I want to thank you. Eric Buer with Gateways to Better Education.
Right.
And these guidelines haven't been updated and reissued since 2003.
Right.
And when we saw
P2020 is saying, imagine the fun if somebody spoke up about how Christians themselves are one reason for religious discrimination in public schools. Oh yeah, fair point. A lot of the people who are made fun of for their religious views are Jews, Muslims, and and also lack of religious views by Christians. They're the number one abusers.
that and contacted the Department of Education, we were so gratified of the response from Secretary DeVos and
Oh my
others on
God,
our staff.
say
They said, "Yes,
something
we need to address
interesting."
this and update these. Other administrations should have done it every 2 years, and it hadn't been done. So thank you so much
I get
for
that,
stepping
but
up and really
it's the
supporting
same-
religious freedom in schools.
Well, we covered a lot of territory.
It's the same thing. You're all saying the same
You're
thing.
right. It's been many years since they were up there.
What a waste
So I
of
think it's
taxpayer
really-
resources.
Well, thank you all very much. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. President,
Tax-
tell me a little bit about what many folks, especially folks of faith, view as a cultural war out there. Prayer, a lot of things going on in society. What are your views on this cultural war that we hear so much?
Well, it is.
Yeah, exactly. You worded it perfectly. The Mad Gaseous. A lot of them are complaining about not being allowed to do school-sponsored prayer. Exactly.
Cultural war, and you have two sides, and you have a side that believes so strongly in prayer, and they're being restricted, and it's getting worse and worse. And I think we've made a big impact, and we're loosening up a lot. And I want to loosen it up totally. But you have things happening today that 10 or 15 years ago would have been unthinkable. What's happening? Taking the word God down, taking the word Christmas out. I think we've turned that one around very good. I think we've turned.
You didn't do anything. Taking the word God. Yeah, exactly. Taking a word of God from places that it doesn't belong because they are government institutions. It's in your fucking constitution. Oh, I swore. I tried so hard not to swear.
Both of them around very good, but we're not going to let it happen. We're never going to let that happen, and we're fighting it hard. You know better than anybody. We're fighting it very hard, and we're opening it up, and we're opening it up again. So stories like you hear, but so many other stories. Hopefully, in the future, you're not going to be hearing too much about that. Okay? Thank you. Good question.
Mr. President, what is your response to Rev. Armin, who says that your efforts and your praying were all about 2020? You just wanted Joe Biden out. What's your response?
Well, I don't know him. I don't know Parnas, other than I guess they had pictures taken.
These
which
are just reporter questions, I think, right?
with thousands of people, including people
Let
today
me
that I
read-
didn't meet. But
Let's go to
just
the.
met 'em.
I don't know. Should we go to the fact checker now? Let's go to the fact checker. All right. Did President Trump return prayers to public schools? It says false. Here. This is kind of short. Let's go through it really fast. U.S. President Donald Trump on January 16, 2020 stated at a gathering in the Oval Office that we are proudly announcing historic steps to protect the First Amendment right to pray in public schools. The move resulted in queries from Snopes readers asking whether Trump had returned or reinstated. Oh, hold on. Let me zoom in so you guys could see when. Reinstated prayer in schools, joined by Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, televangelist and advisor Paula White, and students who said they faced religious discrimination in school. Trump stated his guideline who would counter. Wait, hold on. Let me Okay, who would counter a growing totalitarian impulse on the far left that seeks to punish, resist, restrict, and even prohibit religious expression. His guideline would count, okay. Seen as a nod to his voting base of evangelicals, Trump's rhetoric reflects the idea popular among conservative Christians that the 1962 U.S. Supreme Court ruling in Engel versus Vitale, which bars schools and employees acting in their official capacity from prescribing or requiring prayer, equated to banning prayer altogether in public schools. That's so stupid. That is so stupid. Do you hear that? So they think that this ruling by the Supreme Court in 1962 that made the officials not be able to prescribe or require prayer in their official capacity, not at home, not on their free time. They think that is the same as banning prayer altogether in public schools. Like, if they can't see the difference, then they're so far gone, man. These people have lost their mind. But that is not the case. Students and student groups are free to pray at school, as well as participate in any number of religious activities, so long as those activities don't disrupt school functions or impede the liberties of others. Trump's guideline, in fact, largely restated one created by President George W. Bush in 2003. Wow, they can't even come up with their own original material. Because students were never barred from praying on their own school. However, neither president returned prayer to public school. Trump's guidance, per the Associated Press. What is this word? I don't know that. Butter. I don't know what this is. Hold on. What is this word? Let's learn a new word.
Buttress.
Projecting. Oh, here. Provide support. Okay, why didn't you say support then? Okay, buttresses. Just say supports. Wouldn't that be a better useful? Yeah. Buttresses the 2003 guidance by ordering that states verify that school districts have no policies limiting constitutionality, protected prayer, and to refer violators to the education department. That's much like the 2003 guidance, but the new directive goes further by requiring states to provide ways for filing complaints against schools. Okay, so they're just saying they provided a new avenue for people to complain. In a statement, Daniel March, is that what they're saying? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. In a statement, Daniel Match, a director of the American Civil Liberties Union Program on Freedom of Religion and Belief, said, despite the president's hype, there's very little that's new in today's school prayer guidance. Yeah, it's literally just a waste of everyone's time and energy. So the quote continues, importantly, both the Bush guidance and the copycat document released today, which was in January 16, 2020, affirm a core constitutional protection. Oh, yeah, so it's a core constitutional protection. This was all unnecessary. School officials are prohibited from imposing their faith on students. The question, as always, is whether public school officials will heed this warning. If they don't, we'll be there, as always, to correct them, and if necessary, we'll see them in court. Yeah, this whatever Trump did is not going to stop people from being able to go after all the people that try to push their religion in school, because hey, there's this inconvenient document that is above the whatever you just passed, which is called the Constitution. Luckily for Americans. Hold on, let me see in the live chat. All right, because you can't. Let me read. Okay, I'll read the live chat after this is over. It's almost done. Where was I? Because you can't bring something back that never left, we rate the claim that Trump returned prayer to school, to public schools as false. Trump did not significantly update guidance from the one issued in 2003, and instead largely reiterated the pre-existing rule. Also, prayer was never banned in public schools. Trump also announced a new rule that would make it easier for a religious organization that provides social services to receive federal contracts. as the Washington Post reported, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right, so this was a fact checker. Snope did that. Let me just look at you guys now and just focus on the live chat for a bit before we go. P saying, in short, it's oppression for them not to flaunt their religious privilege in the face of others. Exactly. Wow, you guys, one reason why our live streams is good is because of you guys, because your comments are so golden. It's you guys are part of the show and you make everything, every one of these live streams. That's why I don't do pre-recorded as much anymore, because I can't do this without you guys, and without you guys also correcting me sometimes, right? Yeah, I already read that part. All right, so by the way, I also wanted to show you guys something that important, in my opinion, important at least. So where did I get this from? If you go to our Discord server, right? So the reason why I was covering this is because if you look at Atheist Republic Discord server, in the YouTube description, there's a link to it. And also on Twitch, in the About section, there's a link to our Discord server. I think, yeah, it is. So if you go to our Discord server and you go to the video recommendation section, if you post videos here, this is where I get so this is exactly, so see, Antichrist 666. He posted this here, and that's why I did this today. So I'm going to come here and look at some other ideas that you guys suggested to me. They need to be short, right? They need to be under, it's better if they're under 10 minutes, at least under 15, and they need to be either recent or evergreen content. And I will come here and take your recommendations on what to review next, right? Anyways, this was fun. Wow, it's almost an hour. That went by fast. So I'm going to try to end it here so it doesn't go over an hour. And P is reminding everybody to hit the switch, follow, and subscribe. Okay, yeah. So on Twitch, you can now subscribe, which is, you could follow, but you could also subscribe, which is basically the join version. Okay, the terminology is weird. Okay, so subscribe on YouTube is free. Join means that you're supporting us financially. Okay. On Twitch, follow is for free, but subscribe means that you're supporting us financially. Okay. On either one of these platforms, only support us financially if you're not struggling financially. Again, I have to say this every time. Sometimes people want to support us financially even though they don't have their finances set, and they don't have savings, and they have credit card debts and stuff like that. Do not support us financially if you're dealing with credit card debt, if you don't have security, if you don't have savings. Put your money towards those things before you support anyone else. Okay. You can support us in better ways than financially if you just subscribe, share the videos. That would really support us, so you could do that. Only support us financially if it's the amount that you're supporting us seems very insignificant to you and you're financially secure. Okay, only then. I have to remind that people every time. The Matt Gacy, thank you so much for being a member, joining as a member today. We really need that. It really does help. It helps us keep the lights on. So thank you for that. Talk to you guys very soon. We have a live stream coming up you guys could also, let me also show you this one last thing. If you go to our channel, you can see the live streams that are coming up. The live streams that are coming up, one is this one that's coming up in 11 hours, and then we have the news. Shopham's going to be there. That one's coming up in 23 hours. And one last thing I want to show you guys. If you go, you can see the past. If you go to our YouTube channel, you can see the past live stream here. But also, I have made a playlist for the members only content, for the content that I make for our members only. I have to see if Twitch also. Oh wait, I showed you wrong. Here, so see, these are the live streams that are coming up. These are the live streams in the past, and this is going to be the members only content over here. I'm gonna see if Twitch also has like a members only section where I could. No, Twitch doesn't have that, does it? I'm not sure. Anyways, that's about it. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.